and welcome to your twin flame reading. Let's begin with a channeled message from your twin flame, and then we're going to go into where you're at on the journey, where your twin flame is at on the journey. We're going to go into what's coming up for you and the guidance. There will also be a extended reading to this where we go in deeper to answer more of your questions. So let's dive right in with a channeled message. These are the words that your twin flame is saying. Also, please be advised, as always, that there are several fake imposter accounts that are pretending to be me, reaching out to you, asking for readings, asking for money. Please know that I don't do that and that this is my only account. So please stay safe and help keep our community safe by reporting and blocking these scammer accounts. Thank you so very much. Okay. Channeled message from your twin flame. So it doesn't matter how long it's been, I still feel your love. Even though I may deny it, even though I may not believe that you still love me, I do feel it. And it is the main reason why I'm unable to let you go and why I'm unable to let go of the connection, because I'm always feeling your love for me. And it's because of your love that I haven't completely given up on our connection. I feel ashamed for how I handled the situation. I feel ashamed for the things that I've done, the things that I haven't done, the things I haven't said. I feel ashamed for my mistakes and how they have hurt you. I feel ashamed that I'm not able to approach you and tell you how I feel. I'm ashamed for how my actions have hurt you and how instead of being the one person you can rely on, I have just ended up disappointing you. And no matter what I'm going through, I'm always brought back to life through your love. It's when I'm going through my darkest moments in my life where I'm not proud of who I am or the things that I say or the things that I've done. It's your love that brings me back, that makes me realize that I want to be better, that I want to do better. And so you are the only one that I've ever given my heart to. You're the only one that also has the ability of breaking my heart. But I'm trusting you with my heart, even though I may have broken your heart. I give you my heart, and you're the only one that I ever could give it to. So right now, I'm awakened to the mistakes that I've made, and I am feeling freer to make new choices and make new decisions for me that will continue to help free myself from the way that I used to be, I also feel freed and liberated from the past of who I used to be, the past of how I felt, and my own pain that I experienced. I'm freeing myself from all of that. And so I want to be better. I want to show you that I am the person that deserves your love. I am the person that can love you in the way that you want and in the way that you deserve, and not in the way that I used to. I have learned so much about myself, and I've learned that only in giving to myself and to you can I really feel fulfilled. And so I haven't been giving to myself, and I haven't been giving to you. And I know this now. And what I want is to give you what you deserve. So there is no question that you are the only one I feel this way about. There's no one else that comes close. And I may have gone about things in a difficult way to find out and to come to the realization that I know you are the one. And so I am hoping that you still feel that I am the one for you. So I really understand where you're coming from. I understand how you're at, where you're at. I understand how you feel in this situation, in our situation. And I know that it hasn't been easy for you. I know that you have been patient and understanding. And at times I wonder how I could deserve to have you being so understanding of me and my mistakes. But it's just opened my heart even more to you, because no one else could love me the way you do. No one else could possibly understand me or have the patience or the unconditional love that you have for me. And so it is why I am convinced that I know you are the one for me, because no one could possibly love me the way that you do. And that is your channeled message. Okay. So let's continue on and see where you are at. Where are you at when it comes to your twin flame, when it comes to your journey? Last week, the previous reading was like uncertainty, like you weren't sure, like many of you were not even able to possibly choosing more to not choose. So let's see where you are at today. Where are you at when it comes to your twin flame and your journey? We have the Moon card again. We have the Wheel of Fortune again. pretty sure this came up last reading. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So there has been some something has come to light, new realizations, maybe new feelings, new thoughts about where you want to be with your twin flame. And I'm getting the sense that it's like you're 50-50, because the way I'm reading the energy of this card, see how the person is like walking away? So you may be walking away from the connection, or you may be like, it feels like you're walking away, but then you're really circling back home. This could also look like you're going home. You're feeling alone. You're feeling very emotional about where things are at between the two of you. You feel like you're having to deal with it all alone, that your twin flame is just not available for for you during this time, or for what you're experiencing. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of feeling left out in the cold. So the rejection feelings are definitely there. And you're like, Jade, do these feelings of rejection ever go away? It seems like they don't. It seems like feeling rejected is like the ongoing thing. And I understand this because it is in our nature to feel separate. We live in a realm, in a dimension where we are separate. We're not really conditioned to believe that we are one. So let me get back to your twin flame. We will always feel rejected because we have not yet embraced the oneness. So when you completely embrace the oneness of your twin flame connection, it will be easier for you to not feel rejected. Because their separation, or your separation from your twin flame, is causing you to feel rejected. But they're not really rejecting you. It could be a mirror of you having not yet embraced the totality of everything that you are. So embracing the light and the dark, the so-called good and the bad, the so-called right and wrong, the good and evil, the light and the shadow, the light and the dark, the mistakes, the flaws, the guilt, everything that you feel is unacceptable. So when you're feeling rejected, it only is a mirror of your own inability to completely accept yourself. We have not yet completely accepted everything we are, because we try to be perfect. We try to look good. We try to keep up appearances. We try to hide our flaws and our mistakes and our dark side, because we fear not being loved or accepted. So let me reel it back in again. So this feeling of rejection is an illusion. Your twin flame is like, you're feeling like you're being rejected by your twin flame, but you are actually rejecting self. It's like your higher self and ego are in conflict, kind of. it's it's the part of you that is still rejecting you. And it could be because you received messages like that when you were growing up, or you feel like you don't measure up, or you feel like you don't deserve. So when we have those thoughts and feelings, it's us rejecting ourselves. So this is like an ongoing thing that never seems to end. Rejection, abandonment, because they are the things that we don't want to feel the most. They are the things that we fear the most, and so it's perpetuated. We keep creating more feelings of it because we fear it. We don't want to feel it. So where you're at is you're in a difficult place. You don't want to feel these feelings anymore. I get it. This could be why you just want to say, to hell with it. I can't anymore. And the thing is that people, when they first read about twin flames, it just sounds so like, it sounds exciting and passionate and desirable, mysterious, but it's really the most difficult journey that anyone could ever face, because on the journey you're faced with yourself. The absence of your twin flame is causing you to see what's in the mirror. And a lot of the times what we see in the mirror is not what we want to see. But it is beautiful because it is who and what we are. So we don't have to feel shame. We can just accept. And when we stop rejecting ourselves, we will no longer experience it in our lives. At least when you experience it, you won't be triggered to feeling negative about it. You can just kind of feel neutral. Oh, I'm feeling rejected again. Okay, I get it. And it's not triggering you. So you're still experiencing doubt in twin flames. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, like, we go through cycles. So right now you're feeling like maybe you're at the bottom of the wheel because it's heavy, it's hurtful, it's painful, it's challenging. You just want to jump off. You just want to jump off the ride. But the universe is saying that the wheel is always turning, but you are now rising back to the top. So hang in there, because it's getting better. And when you have the awareness that it really is you rejecting you, it's almost like your twin flame has nothing to do with it. Your twin flame is merely playing out a role that you designated, saying, you're going to mirror back to me everything that I am inside. That's okay. That's okay. So I want to say, like, the reality of what's happening, of where you are, is that it's getting better. It just doesn't feel like it. It's like I'm feeling you, and like I don't even know why I'm still like interested in knowing, because it hasn't been easy. It's still not easy. And I want to say that it gets better. But I want to say it does. It does get better. You know why? Because you get stronger every time. Every time you get to the bottom of the wheel, and you just want to give up. You just want to throw in the towel and say, I'm done. I'm done. I'm walking away. Love draws you back in. Your twin flame draws you back in. The universe draws you back in. But guess what? You're stronger for it. You're stronger for it. Whether it's been weeks, months, years, or decades, it draws you back in. So you're just going through this low period of rejection. And I want to say, it's not just you going through this. Your twin flame does go through it too. Your twin flame is actually feeling also rejected by you, even though you may not be, like, your thoughts about your connection and your twin flame is rejecting them. So they're feeling this too. They're feeling left out in the cold. So you still may want to give up. You still may want to explore something easier. But it's like once you awaken, it's like once you know a secret, or once you know something, you can't unknow it anymore. Once you know twin flame love, once you know that connection, once you feel it, you can't unknow it anymore unless you are really, really heavily disillusioned by 3D life. It's like, it is possible you can fall back asleep to to the Matrix. I mean, thank goodness for the Wheel of Fortune, because it does mean for you that it's getting better. But I get where you're at. But this is also you coming home. Coming home after the long journey and finally being at one. And first of all, it begins with oneness within, because that's where true home is. The twin flame, your twin flame is just a reflection of that. Again, they're just the cherry on top of union with you. Okay. So let us see where they are at. Where's your twin flame at? Where's your twin flame at? Okay. Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot. This is like exactly what came up in the last reading, the Chariot. And this Five of Swords. So your twin flame is wanting to manifest what they want. So that includes love. That includes success, prosperity, stability, security. They're very focused on the 3D aspect of themselves. So their body, so their health, finances, their career. They're very immersed in the 3D aspect of life, which is fine. I mean, we all are, right? They're focused on bringing their desires into reality. So your twin flame is wanting to create the life that they truly want, because they realize now that they haven't been. So they are now more in a position or an empowered state of being to bring forth into their reality everything they want. And wouldn't it be lovely if we had the ability to manifest everything at once? But it doesn't happen that way. So they may be working on certain things: health, emotional well being, stability, security, balance, peace within relationships, finances, financial success, expansion, growth, promotion, the security that they're looking for. So they're very focused on what they can bring in their life, because they're probably feeling like rejected too, in a sense, by you. Your inability to pick a lane, or to know if you want to continue on this journey or not. So your iffiness is causing them to focus on other areas of life, because they're saying, okay, right now maybe things aren't going the greatest in areas of love, true love and connection. So they are left with no choice but to work on their finances, work, business, whatever it is. They have no choice. Their health, even, like focusing on how to be healthier, how to be more peaceful and feel more balanced in life. So they're working on that side of them, because, like you, they don't know which lane they're going to be in, if they're going to be with you, their twin flame, or not. See, two choices here. They're wanting success. They want to have it all. This is like victory card. They want to have it all, but they do want love as well with you, but they don't know if you're still an option. So they are being guided too in their own lives to decide. It's like, which is it going to be? Twin flame, yay or nay? Yes or no? So for them, they're feeling insecure about your connection. It's like they're challenged by doubt, and your connection is triggering their insecurities. And vice versa. Like, they trigger your insecurities. So they are facing like an ongoing battle as well. But again, the universe is saying it will get better. It does get better. It's meant to get better. It's just sometimes it feels like it gets worse before it gets better. Okay, let's move on to what is blocking you both? What is blocking you both from moving forward? What is blocking you both from moving forward? What is blocking you? We have the Fool card. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Sun card. It's like as soon as I get the Sun card for what's blocking you, it's like, oh, the disbelief in happily ever after. So as children, you know, we are read storybooks, and there's typically a happily ever after, right? That's how the story goes. It's like once upon a time is how it starts, and then at the end is they lived happily ever after. So, well, at least in fairy tales, right? And then we grow up, and then we hear the messages like, no, it's not happily ever after. That's a lie. And then sadly, we as adults, we believe that. But if we believe that, then we believe that we're not capable of creating what we want. Everything you have and everything you are is a creation of you, is an idea, is a thought, and it came to manifest. So, why wouldn't we be able to manifest happily ever after? So the Sun card, what's blocking you is your belief that you don't believe that you can have happily ever after because you've seen it happen to others. You've seen it happen to family members. You've seen it happen to friends. You've seen it happen in movies and TV shows and in all the stories ever told. Sometimes or most of the times, there's no happy ending. But that's because you haven't come to the end yet. So the universe is saying, like, what's blocking you is your disbelief in you having this happily ever after. You're still getting there. It's not the end yet. But you can create, even from this moment forward, that it is going to be a happily ever after. And all it takes is that has to be your outlook. That is your perspective. You are meant for this, but you don't believe it. I could sit here and tell you every reading that you deserve it, but until it clicks, you may not like really believe it. It is possible because you are a powerful creator. So you can have this. You can create happily ever after starting now, moving forward. You can have this. You just have to believe it. And how do we change our beliefs? We just go in and change our programming. We have to retell ourselves the stories and just reprogram our beliefs through repetition. You can just do it by telling yourself the truth that you want to believe in. And look for evidence. On my journey, I always saw evidence of why everything went wrong. Until I started gathering evidence and I started reading of how the universe is a positive universe. I was just looking at it from a different perspective until I realized the universe is for us, not against us. So the universe is for you, is pro you. So create what you want and know that you can have it. The Fool card is not wanting to take that leap of faith. And that is what's keeping you stuck, is not taking the leap of faith into the unknown. Because, again, we are programmed not to take a risk if we don't know what the outcome is. So with your twin flame, the outcome is unknown. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. So it's causing you to not want to take that leap of faith. It's like you'd rather take a calculated risk where you know that they're going to be there. And I wish you would just believe in your happily ever after, because then it would be easier for you to take the risk. But you want to cultivate that knowingness that you know it's going to work out even better than what you imagined. So not taking the leap of faith is causing you to drift to wanting to give up. And that's okay. It's all part of the adventure. It's all part of the learning and the growth, because sometimes twin flames will go far, 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 far apart, only to discover that they they cannot be separate. You are not separate. You are one. Knight of Wands. I'm getting like betrayal energy really kicking in here. It's like if you got burnt in the past, it's like it's hard for you to let that go. You're like, I'm just going to get burnt again. I get it. I get it. But what if that was part of the adventure you signed up for? And you're like, no, I would never sign up for betrayal. I know. But guess what you did sign up for? You being sovereign, you being empowered, that it doesn't matter what someone else does. They don't have power over you, only you have power over you. You give your power away when you accept defeat and say, I was betrayed, that's it, I'm done. Yeah, that's just the first half of the equation. The second half is, okay, I've calmed down and my heart still loves this person. Who knows why? I'm kidding. And you forgive. We're taught not to forgive. If you just read all the posts, even on Facebook, on Instagram, it's like, nope, once they've wronged you, they're done. But does that really apply? Because when you make mistakes, don't you want to be forgiven? Of course. We all make mistakes. So why do we just condemn the person that wrongs us and we cannot let it go? We cannot forgive. But when it comes to us, we have to be forgiven. It's like, so this betrayal, it's like a mistrust. It's like, oh, I don't want to go down that road again. I don't know if I can open up my heart, and only to experience this again. So the universe is saying, this is what's blocking you, this fear that it's going to happen again. Really, like, so what? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's not to say like to be a victim and allow, but really from the higher aspect is everyone is just in it for them. Whether it's you or your twin flame or your neighbor, everyone's living their life for them because they just need to live. They're just trying to live. So if what someone else does, they needed to do that for themselves, for their own growth and learning. And sure, it can impact us, but we don't have to be a victim and say, you know, they did this and it hurt me and we're done. I just feel like I could go on and on about this because I know how you feel. I mean, I'm triggered already just talking about it. Yeah, so those are the blocks: not believing in your happily ever after, not being able to trust, and being afraid of getting betrayed, not wanting to take a leap of faith. I feel it's like, and I bring up this movie all the time because it's the only movie that comes to mind when I think of like when we get stuck in a loop. The same thing happens over and over and over again because It's a pattern. So this is just like a repeat pattern. Not believing, not trusting, not taking a leap of faith, which is part of not trusting. And I say this with love because I love you all. And I can relate. I know exactly what it feels like. I'm on the journey too. What's next? Guidance. Guidance for you for this craziness. We're going to see in the extended, like, there was a reading that I did was like how to, so it's going to be like guidance for how to deal with this. Because it ain't easy. Guidance. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Magician. So the guidance here is that Six of Cups is like a card of childhood. It's the card of the past. It's the card of nostalgia. It's the card of like memories, good memories. So the guidance here is that whether you've had good memories or not great memories, it's also like a pattern. If things happen to you that were traumatic, they're in our system. They're in the cells of our body. The cells of our body hold memory. So the reason why you are still experiencing what you are experiencing is because of your childhood. Like, we are so open as children, even just energetically, that whatever energies are in our midst become a part of us. So if you experienced instability, chaos, emotional turmoil, rejection, abandonment, resentment, angst, whatever it is we experience as children is a part of us. So it only makes sense that we keep on experiencing it over and over again. It's just same story, different day kind of thing. Same story, different person, or, you know. So the universe is pointing out that our very first relationships are with our parents. And then there are secondary family members, other people who impact us. Individuals that have impacted us the most tend to carry through in our twin flame relationships. So whether that's good stuff or bad stuff, it all gets culminated in your twin flame. Like, they are the manifestation of everything you've ever experienced, good and bad, happy, sad. So the universe is saying, if you don't want to experience the not great parts of your experience, to recognize the pattern, see where you first felt it, restructure it, reframe it. And this is what healing is. It's like you go about it in a way so that you don't feel the way you feel about it anymore, because you have power to transmute it, transform it, to rise above it, to let it go to a point where it's almost like it never happened. It is possible. That's what the healing journey is for all of us, is so that it no longer has power over us, because you are sovereign. You have the ability to rise above anything and everything that has ever happened to you. So going back to your childhood, the universe is really saying we can stop this repeat of pain, rejection, abandonment, betrayal. Because the universe is saying what you focus on expands. So if you're focused on the betrayal, if you're focused on how badly you were hurt, without even knowing, you just become a victim in life. And you are not meant for that. You are too powerful to create a life of victimhood. And I know I could speak from experience. I used to do that. I was a victim to life because that's what I thought. Because of my experience as a child growing up, I just thought that's how it was. I realized differently. And you will too. You are. Because you are sovereign. You call the shots. We just are made to think that we don't. So, yeah, the universe is saying don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you want. Focus on how you want to feel. Focus on feeling empowered, that no matter what happens to you moving forward, you're going to feel empowered about it, that you're no longer going to be victim. Because when we are victims, we are literally handing our power over to an external force, an external situation or a somebody. Sure, you can if you want, but we don't have to. We are powerful and we can reframe it as something, as a lesson, as something that's empowering, as something victorious for you. Because you are the magician. You have the power in your hands to change anything, to change your situation, to change your twin flame situation. You can turn it into what you want it to be. And that it doesn't always have to mean union. Because I feel like, especially like when I just focus on union in the work that I share with you all, it's like, well, darn, if someone doesn't have union, then they're excluded. And what does that mean? Does that mean that they aren't going to be happy? No. It just means that it's an experience that your soul is needing to elevate you and your understanding of you. So the actual experience of union may not even be what you really need. You may really want it, but it may not be what you need yet until you experience yourself in the way that you really want to. And that is the empowered version of you. So you are this empowered magician. You're just forgetting that at this point because you're seeing your connection as hurting you or victimizing you. But until we rise above that and realize that, okay, I'm giving my power over completely, until we realize that, it's just going to be this loop where we experience over and over and over again, like Groundhog Day. It's a movie. It's an old movie from the 90s, maybe. Bill Murray. It was a profound movie for me growing up, well, at least in my early adulthood years, because it just spoke to me and saying, like, this is life. That movie is like life. And until you awaken to the pattern and the repetition and the loop that is happening, that is life, we're stuck in it. It's literally like being stuck in the matrix and not realizing it. And then you wake up because after a while, you awaken to the same thing is happening over and over again. And then that's your awakening. That's your exit. Okay. Try not to digress. So that was a guidance, right? What's coming up for you in your twin flame? And we're going to see in the extended reading, we'll get another secret message from your twin flame. What they're not telling you, what they don't want you to know. And like how to deal with your situation. How to deal with the questions that you have. What's coming up for you in your twin flame? You have the Ace of Pentacles. That's nice. Aces are new beginnings. Page of Cups. That's also nice. Eight of Wands. So we have some fast-moving energy, new beginning, huge opportunity. Huge. So I want to just include huge opportunity, maybe for your growth, your learning. But in the end, it's a win for you. So however this opportunity may show up, it's an opportunity that benefits you in the end. So I want to say that it will be very satisfying for you. It's a huge one. It's a huge win for you. So just keep in mind that it is an opportunity for learning and growth. When you keep that in mind, it's a huge win for you. It's a win in the best possible way. It's growth. It's evolution. It's freedom. It is freedom. It's liberation from what was holding you back all this time. Amazing. The floodgates are opening. So that's good. This is going to create more flow between the two of you. So be prepared to really feel the love, even though you're like, I don't want to. I don't want to feel all this love. I can't handle it. Page of Cups is like, like you're being guided. You're both being guided. And you're listening to the guidance this time. The universe is speaking to you and you're finally listening. So there's like the little goldfish in the cup is like guiding you. And the page is like a young, naive kind of energy that you just want to experience. Like, it's like the universe. Okay, just think of, I don't know if you know the story of Pinocchio, but he has a friend, the little cricket, Jiminy Cricket, and it's kind of like his conscience, like warns him against stuff. But Pinocchio is just this little young boy and he just wants to experience life. He just wants to do what he wants to do without thinking of the consequences. So this page is like that Pinocchio where you just want to do what you want to do and then you learn from the experience. So now it's like you're considering the messages more than you used to. So for both of you and your twin flame, you're listening to the higher guidance and not so much like the boldness of, I just want to do this because I need to experience it. Or it could be that. It could be you or your twin flame just being bold and just wanting to experience what you experience without thinking of the consequences. There's that too. That could be the lesson here. Try not to sugarcoat it too much but I say it in the way I say it because I know 100% that you can handle it. You have been all this time. So of course, I have 100% belief in you, 1,000% belief in you that you can handle whatever's coming your way. So there's going to be a lot of changes happening. I wish it sounded better. I honestly do. But aces are about new beginnings. So this is the new beginning that you've been wanting. This is a new beginning that you've been waiting for, and it is for you. It is part of the Wheel of Fortune energy of you rising back to the top. So brand new beginning, new opportunities. This could even be in the material realm, the material aspect of like wealth, prosperity, abundance. Floodgates are opening for you. So may not only be in terms of love connection, but in terms of you connecting to your prosperity, to your receiving. There also could be an event coming up for you where you're going to receive good news. So there's that. There's that plus the new beginning, and either listening to advice or doing the exact opposite. I want to include both because this is for both you and your twin flame. So either of you could go either way. Okay. So that is what I have for you. If this resonates, please feel free to join me in your personal twin flame reading where we go over your specific situation with you and your twin flame. So please feel free to book that with me. Message me if you're interested in the Innerchild Healings that are available. And I do have the 12-week online course, which is called Achieving Inner Union to Achieve Outer Union. And then I have coaching sessions that are also available that I am doing now. So please message me if you're interested in all or any of the above. So again, thank you so very much. I really, really hope this was helpful. Please feel free to join me in the extended by clicking the link below, and we're going to go dive in deeper and to get more guidance on how to deal with how you're feeling and what you're going through on your twin flame journey. So again, thank you all so very much for everything you do and everything you are, for showing up in the world the way that you do. The world appreciates it. The universe appreciates it. I appreciate it. And so does your twin flame. So until next time, I am wishing you all so much love and peace.